Today I'm going to be showing you guys how I flipped this old rusty chandelier I found on the side of the road. I did a shorter version of this on TikTok and I wanted to show y'all a more extended in-depth version here. If you guys like this type of content, let me know and I can share more of my DIYs because I love doing stuff like this. So let's get started. As you guys can already tell, this thing was pretty rusty. I was actually able to remove the top part from the bottom, which made it a lot easier to remove the rust. I'm using the Naval Jelly Rust Dissolver. I love this stuff. I've used it for so many projects. I'll link everything I'm using for this project down in the description for y'all. So once that had set a little bit, I used a nylon brush to help scrub some of it off. And I'm actually impressed with how well this worked. In fact, I kind of started to see maybe the base color of the metal. I think it might have been white at some point, or maybe that's some kind of corrosion. I'm not really sure. Once I got most of the rust off, I rinsed it off really well because I didn't want any of the residue from the rust remover to still be left once I was spray painting. I did notice there was a lot of leftover candle wax, so I poured boiling water into the candle holder areas. This actually lifted it really well, and I used the same brush to kind of just get that loose candle wax off. I did end up using Goo Off to help remove the rest of the candle wax because it was on there pretty good. Goo Off can be super strong, so make sure you're wearing gloves or some kind of eye protection as well, because you definitely do not want to get any on your skin or eyes. It's super irritating and you do not want to deal with that, so be careful. Once I was done getting all the candle wax off, I just used some rubbing alcohol on the candle holder part and on the rest of the metal so that it was ready for spray painting and there was no residue left behind from any of the products I used. I like to do this when I spray paint in general. I think it helps prep the surface. I don't know if there's any truth to that, but it makes me feel better. I'm using this Hammered Black by Krylon. This is something that my TikTok followers actually voted on and I love the result. I've never used this type of spray paint before, the more textured kind, but it was really easy to apply and it's hard to make a mistake because of the texture. I was really impressed with how fast it dried and it took about 2 coats, which I feel like was maybe half the can. I didn't even use a whole can on this project. While that was drying, I went over to Dollar Tree and I actually got really lucky and found these solar powered lights. Unfortunately, I don't have a link for these. I will put some similar ones on Amazon that I found, but basically Dollar Tree things can be kind of hard to find. They differ from location to location, so hopefully you'll find some cute ones. I just used a hot glue gun to apply these to the candle holders. The cool thing about these is they have rechargeable AAA batteries in them that you can actually replace once they die, so you'll be able to use these again and again, which I love because I hate being wasteful. You do want to hold these in to make sure they adhere well to the candle holder, and that's literally it, you guys. I hung it up on my parents' little awning in their backyard so that they could have a nice chandelier for when they're hanging out outside. How do you guys think it turned out? I love the results. I hope you got some inspiration from this for your own DIY chandelier. Let me know what project I should do next.